In life, you don't rise to what you believe is possible. You fall to what you believe you're worthy of. Jamie Kern Lima. What's going on? It's your girl Rainey from Blessings and Gems. Today we're going to be talking about the topic of worthiness. So important. If you clicked on this video, it's probably because you might be asking yourself a few questions. You might be asking yourself, either now or in the past, a question like, why did I not go after that dream job that I saw posted online? Why don't I believe in myself? Why do I feel void inside? Why am I settling for this relationship? Why don't I believe I'm worthy of love? Well, today we're going to talk about limiting belief systems that may be keeping you stuck in that thought pattern. So, self-worth is really tricky, and a lot of times we use self-worth with other words that I'm going to talk about. But I really want to camp out on the definition of what self-worth is, because for many years I did not know the difference between self-worth and some of the other words that we're going to talk about shortly. Self-worth is the internal, deep knowing of who you are. It is the bedrock. It is your center of you. It is your inner knowing about how you feel about yourself inside and who you are. And it is your foundation. It's stable in every environment. So regardless of whether you change jobs, regardless of whether a friendship ends, regardless of whether something happens in your life, you have a sense of who you are and a sense of knowing, and it's your grounding. Self-worth is not self-confidence. So a lot of times we can have self-confidence, but not have a lot of self-worth. And you're going, Rainey, what does that mean? Self-confidence is how you evaluate yourself based on your skills, your abilities, and your traits. It's the feeling of assuredness and certainty based on your competency or one or more areas. So there's things that you probably have achieved. I know there are, such as maybe you have achieved your dream job. Maybe you have achieved a specific degree or credential. Maybe you have landed your dream relationship or bought your dream house or you are currently driving your dream car, but you still feel empty inside. And that's because self-confidence is based on the external things that are happening, which can fluctuate. So your self-confidence can fluctuate too, based on your mood, based on circumstances at the time, based on comparisons. Maybe, you're feeling really, really good about yourself at work. I know this has happened to me in prior jobs where you're feeling really good at work and you're in your maybe a dream job or a job that you really, really love. And they hire a new supervisor or someone else to oversee you because your current supervisor or leader has gone. And you get this new person, and this person and you are trying to figure it out. And so at that moment, based on that change, the exterior, you can lose your self-confidence in the role that you have always been doing, but your self-worth, your inner knowing, and the knowing that you belong in that role doesn't change. You don't become insecure. You don't waver. You don't waffle. You know you're supposed to be there, but maybe your self-confidence has taken a hit. It has happened to all of us. Self-confidence says, I'm striving for accolades or external validation or external confirmation, where self-worth just says, I am who I am, who I am. Another comparison is self-confidence is based on mastery. Self-worth is based on identity. Once again, that inner knowing about who you are to the core, into the fiber of of your being and who God says you are. Self-confidence is about what you can do. And that's why many of us have gone out and achieved all of the great things that we've achieved. And self-worth says, this is who we are. So we could have gone out and achieved all of those wonderful accolades and all the things that we wanted to accomplish, but still not know who we are. Still not understand that we belong just because we're alive and we're human and we were put here on this earth at this time for such a purpose as this. When we don't have our self-worth intact, boy, that can really mess us up. And I know that I've been unrattled. But when I was preparing for this teaching, I was thinking about Twitch. You know, the guy that used to be the man that used to be Ellen's dancer and DJ on when she had her show Ellen, and how concurrently while he was dancing on Ellen, he was also doing TikTok videos with his wife, and then they had him and his wife had the beautiful children, and all seemed well. You're like, oh, I love Twitch. He had so much energy. He was so vibrant. He was so much fun to watch through the screen. Yet he had the self-confidence to go out and do those things. But I know for sure that there was something inside where he lacked self-worth and a feeling that he was not enough, as to why such a tragedy happened when he tragically took his own life, which was incomprehensible at the time. But it got me to thinking today about him and some other celebrities that you go, man, they were on the mountaintop. And that really boils down and hopefully helps you understand the difference between self-confidence and self-worth. Self-confidence may give you drive, but self-worth gives you inner peace. Self-confidence is what you can do. Self-worth, baby, is who you are. So if you like what you're hearing so far, please hit the like button and consider subscribing to our channel. Let's move right into number 3. So first we talked about what is self-worth. The second thing we talked about was the difference between self-worth and self-confidence. And now we're going to talk about lies that lead to unworthiness and believing that you don't deserve good things in life. And that goes back to those questions that we asked ourselves earlier. And I'm going to give you some examples that I've had about myself where I thought I was the bomb diggity and I thought I'm unwaverable and unshakable. And something on the outside happened and it shook me to the core. And I realized that I had to do more work on my self-worthiness, the inner Rainey, the inner woman, because self-confidence can come and go. So lies that lead to unworthiness and believing that you don't deserve good things in life have to do with limiting beliefs. It's a thought that you believe to be true or a state of mind that limits you in some way. And a lot of us have a limiting beliefs that are stemmed from childhood, as well as stories that we've told ourselves over and over and over again to solidify a thought process and neural pathways in our brain, which oftentimes is a lie, that what we believe is true. And it's a lie. It is a falsehood. It is a lie that is not true, but it is a huge part of our belief system and is a catalyst to our actions and what we do. Every single thing in life is the meaning that you attach to it. It's the story that you've been telling yourself over and over again. Our belief systems are BS. There are some that serve us, but when it comes to unworthiness, they are the lies, they are the false truths that we've told ourselves that have left us stuck in this feeling of unworthiness. But you know what? Our knowing knows. It knows. He knows. She knows. You know. So that was a huge, huge aha in terms of belief systems, because you're probably asking yourself, why do I feel stuck? How did I get here? This has happened over years and years and years. I want you to extend yourself grace. Trust me, my friend, I know that no one is more harder on ourselves than us. And so that's why I'm always talking about grace and self compassion, and to recognize that what we're talking about even today, as I said before, did not happen overnight. You've been telling yourself these stories over and over and over and over and over to develop these neural pathways that actually believe it. And now you've got to start to untell it. And that's going to take some time. So extend yourself some self-love and some grace, and also recognize that this is a deeper maybe discussion that you might want to have with a professional. So let me know what you think about any of those concepts that we talked about. Please like this video, please subscribe, and please comment and tell a friend about our channel. We're growing. We have lots of good things in store. And I'm glad you came today to hear more about this concept. And I look forward to seeing you in the next episode. Take care and God bless.